Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Amy here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. We are planning a little fun pool party in the backyard. We don't have an in-ground pool, just an inflatable mini dip pool. And I thought it would be fun to use some of my scrapbooking supplies and paper crafting supplies to create some decor. So what I've got here is the wooden alphabet banner letters from Close to My Heart. They have all of the letters in these wood pieces. You can buy them individually or you can buy them in a bundle. I love these letters. I use them on gift wrapped. For instance, at Christmas time, I decorated a letter and tied it to a package. They are found in our idea book. I should have looked this up before I came on live. Okay, so here they are pictured on page 69 in our core idea book. This idea book will be retiring very soon, and these wooden letters are retiring. So if you're like me and you like simple, quick home decor pieces, party decor pieces, you might want to scoop these up. As I mentioned, you can buy the individual letters or you can buy the entire alphabet in a bundle and save. And I definitely think I'm going to order some more before they go away. What's nice about these is when you purchase them, you will also receive a digital art file. So you can upload that to your Cricut, and then you can cut out the letters and decorate them. The other nice thing you'll see is there are already holes here. So if you want to create a banner, you can. If you don't want to create a banner, then you can just cover it up and not punch the holes. So what I did is I have all my letters here that spell summer. And then I already cut letters out with my cardstock. But what I wanted to do was add some texture to them. And I am loving the Dream Maker stencils that are currently available in our Dream Maker collection. That is our May and June special. These stencils came on one 12 by 12 sheet, and then I just cut them into 4 6 by 6 sheets. You've seen me use these in a lot of my projects recently, and we're going to go ahead and use them today to give some dimension to our letters. So I'm going to get my all-purpose mat and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I pulled in my all-purpose mat, and this color is actually Smoothie. It's a retired color. This color matched the decor that my daughter went with for her party. She is a first-year teacher. Today is her last day of school, the day I'm filming this, and she has a bunch of teacher friends who are also out today. Summer starts, and so she invited some of her friends over for snacks and sips and a dip in our little pool, and this is the color she picked out. So I've got my grid stencil. I love this stencil. I'm going to go ahead and get my Smoothie ink, and I'm keeping this super simple, fast and simple. I'm going to pick up some of the ink with my blending brush. I love these brushes. I'm going to tap off and then just sponge. And you could use some of our masking tape to hold down the stencil if you want. I'm just doing this super quick, and I did just move this a little bit, but it's very easy to line back up. And another tip, you always end up having more ink on your paper than you think. So it's better to start off light and then you can always add more. So there is my first letter. I will adhere this to my wooden letter when I get done doing all of the letters, and I am just going to use my regular adhesive to add to adhere these to the wooden letter. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do all of the letters. I'll do one more on camera, and then I'll do the rest off camera and I'll be back on. As you can see, I am cleaning my stencil with my stamp chamois as well as my all-purpose mat. I cannot live without this all-purpose mat. It is perfect for so many things. So then the next letter is our Nectarine, and I've got my Nectarine pad here and my Nectarine brush. And for this one, I think I will do the different size dots. And again, if you wanted to use some masking tape to tape down your stencil so that it won't move and slide around, you most certainly can do that. I'm gonna tap off, and I am using a different blending brush. This is my Nectarine blending brush. And this is just a quick way to add some pattern or some pizzazz to your cardstock. I love the solid cardstock, but I just wanted a little something, and I'm working quick because I don't have a lot of time to do this. So you can totally make your own decor for a party in minutes, thanks to Close to My Heart. So there is that one, and I'm liking that a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and take my stamp chamois, clean my all-purpose mat so I get rid of all of that nectarine color. I will clean my stencil, and I will keep going. So I'll go through and finish the rest of my letters, and I will be back. All right, so I have all of my letters stenciled. I love how the R came out. I used Bluebell, and I used the stencil that kind of reminds me of waves. And I just wanted to show you how easy it is to adhere these to the wood piece. I am making sure I get my adhesive all around the edges, and then it lines up perfectly. Go. And then I've got my hole punch, and I just punch the hole out like that. So here is the R, here are the other letters. That was the Nectarine one. Here is the Periwinkle. Here is the lemonade, and what I did is I stenciled with Sundance. Then we have the Seabrook with the rainbow stencil, and then the S like I showed you. And what I think I'm going to do is just use some of this yellow tool to thread it in. And a tip that I always do that makes it easier is, whether it's ribbon or tool, I cut the end on an angle, and then it's much easier to thread this through, just like this. And then I also like to twist it. So we'll bring this in. My hands are all inky because I've been participating in the Close to My Heart album retreat. So I will go through and thread all of the letters to spell summer, and I think that will be nice and bright, and will decorate the screened-in porch. Now, the other thing I did was I cut a bunch of Cricut images that I thought I could put on little skewers, and my daughter loves disco balls. This is actually a disco ball planter. But what I'm thinking is I could put some of the floral foam, stick it in here, cut this down to size, and then I'll put all these little Cricut cuts on skewers, and then that will make a cute little like decoration on the table. So all I'm going to do is just, again, add some adhesive. These came from Close to My Heart digital art collections. So this will go right over this. I cut the glass part out in holographic paper. And what I'm going to do is get my eraser And I'll erase the residue off of the image. So we've got our sunglasses. I already cut my cocktail drink and I used the Close to My Heart thin cuts for that. And I've got flip-flops. I will list the digital art collections that I used, as well as that cocktail. I think it's called Happy Hour. It's actually a stamp set and a thin cut. So we've got our flip-flops, and my daughter is really into the Stony Clover, like cowgirl stuff. A lot of her classroom is done with this, so we had to include that. And then the last one I did, this says A Splashing Good Time. And this came from the Beach Party digital art that was featured last summer, and it is still available. So I like how we've got this splash, and then I cut the overlay in Sapphire glitter cardstock. I thought that would be perfect to represent water. So when you cut this out, you want to make sure that you have all your little inside pieces. And I think I left some of my inside pieces over on my Cricut mat. Let's see how far we get here. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll be good. We'll see. P. These little pieces are teeny tiny. I think what I'm going to do is take some liquid glue. And we'll put a little right there. And a little right there. And then let's see how I do with these. I don't have my tweezers over here. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera and I'll be right back. All right, so here is our fun little planter. I'm just sticking in my glass die cut, and then I added some of that shredded paper to cover up that foam, and this little decor piece is done, and now I will thread the rest of my letters.